Silverstone Championship race here at Silverstone, the feature race. Let's start with Sam Hornsey for Profile Racing Triumph. Sam, first podium of the season after 5 full places. Got to feel good, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a long time coming. Them last 5 laps were a killer. They just went on forever and ever and ever. It's a bit of a shame that Luke dropped out due to technical problems. I don't know what they are yet, but it's still nice to get his first podium. It's my first round in this championship was back in 2011. So it's a long 5 seasons and finally got to the end, and hopefully we could try and get a few more at the last round just to finish it off nicely.
It's a great result, well done, congratulations. Everyone's absolutely chuffed to bits for you after all the work that's gone in. Yeah. Superb result, Sam. Sam Hornsey there for Profile Racing. Let's turn to Team Traction Good Tolls and all-time trophy fixer.
a little wonky there.
James Rispoli. James, congratulations, your 6th podium of the season. You tried so hard to take that victory, just didn't come this time.
Yeah, just crumbs today. Glenn ran a fantastic race. I don't know what happened to Stableford, but when the safety car came out, I knew he wasn't around, so I was like, all right, well, Glenn's right behind me, so it's going to be a dogfight. He came by, led a few laps, and then I got by, and he kind of let me lead there, so I set a decent pace, nothing spectacular, but I knew that nobody was making any moves behind us, so it wasn't like anybody was getting ruffled, so we kind of, take the laps off. You know, it was going to come down to the last 2 laps either way, so it was like, just run the race, and I knew he was learning everything he could behind me, so I knew there was going to be a couple spots there that I was going to have to really dig deep, because he was really strong out of the double left and the double right, leading down to the straightaway, so I knew I had to lead that lap, and when he came across on the white flag lap, I was just trying to get close enough to draft him down the back straight there and get it in, and he went way deep and I went deep and just ran a bit wide, but I thought I could recover and come back and maybe do something to the last corner there, but he ran a fantastic race, and hats off to my team who put me on a great bike, and it's a shame that we can't put the American flag up yet, but we still got 2 rounds left, and we got 2 chances left, and we want to win one before we're done, so it's been a fantastic second half of the year, and it just feels good to give Keith and TTC and all my crew, everybody that have worked so hard these last 2 years, 1.5 years, and now we're just consistently at the front, roll the podiums off, and it feels great, so thank you.
Thank you very much, James. Cracking ride. Many congratulations. Put up a great fight with the race winner. Glad it's got to feel good to be back on the top of the box again. First time since a rainy Knockhill, a bit different today.
Yeah, it was actually dry at Knockhill, but alright, coming out right now. Like I said on the grid interview and the TV interview, I want to start by apologising for the words I sort of said yesterday in my interview on TV. It was a bit of a, basically I didn't win the race, and I knew me and James both had the pace, and there was nothing wrong with that race at all. James beat me fair and square, and I think it was so long when we were competitive that I saw it as a missed opportunity, but yeah, that's been and gone. First of all, or secondly, congratulations Sam, first podium. It's a mega feeling, and hats off to James. Like he said, when the safety car came out, first of all James took the lead, and I followed him through, and it was a bit of a move in Stableford, and I thought, oh no, I hope I hadn't knocked him off, because that's where the flags were waving, next lap. So safety car's out and he's not there, and it's no disrespect to the other lads, but I thought the pace is probably between me and James, and I'm a bit of a fan at looking at these screens when I'm racing if I can see them. So out the corner of my eye I saw Dixon flicking off on the screen, so I thought that's maybe going to hold some carnage behind us and give us a gap, and we looked behind and the gap had opened up. So from then I think I might have took the lead and James took it back, and I found although he says I'm strong on the double left on the Wellington straight, I thought he was strong, so he's like Ben Wilson said yesterday, he's probably the best in the brakes. I would argue I was, but I don't know now, so I knew I had to learn what he was doing on the Wellington straight. We had the little complex before that sussed out, and the fast right and left of Farm. So the last 2 laps I was using the screen again. Sam was becoming a little bit closer, and what I didn't want was the speed of the Triumph, the draft by the Kawasaki, that's our weakness on the bike, and I ruined my plan. So I took the lead, and once again James came by, and we were really starting to put the pace down, and I tried everything to knock it slipstream down the hanger straight. He put a great move in, and we both ran a little bit wide, and from the chicane it was, you know, my dad always says don't work on your good points, but in this time I really had to make the most of a good point, and when it came to his point I had to put everything in the line, and you never know this guy, I could have been landing the ground in the last corner. He loves a move, and fair play to him, proper hard racer, and it's just so good to be back, you know, in first position with Geraint and Kawasaki. They've worked so hard, and you know, we haven't had a competitive, you know, motorcycle for a while this year, and you know, they'll be the first to admit that, and it's no fault of theirs. So I want to put this one down to Olin Suspension and Richard Bramblish. He's been a massive help from free practice too, and you know, he's turned my season around. I want to thank him for it. Thank you.
Great words, Glenn. Thank you very much indeed, Glenn, James, and Sam. It'll sink in soon, Sam. Congratulations.
Cheers.
Well done, guys. Thank you.